Hi, happy Halloween. I hope everyone's doing well. Today we are making bloody sugar cookies. Let's get to it. It's time for another episode of Cooking with Kaitlin. That's me. Enjoy. All right, we are starting with 2 3/4 cups of flour. I'm gonna add in 1 teaspoon baking soda, then a half a teaspoon of baking powder. This is just your basic sugar cookie recipe that we're doing to start with. We will then frost. We'll make them bloody with the frosting. Okay. Alrighty. We're just gonna sift this together. And we've got the oven preheating to 375. We're gonna set this to the side. And now, got 2 sticks of butter, or 1 cup, that we've gotten to room temperature. You want it softened. Get those in our bowl, trusty mixing bowl. So I'm gonna get my spatulas to scrape with. Sorry guys, just scraping that off. There we go. Now we've got 1.5 cups of sugar. Just putting in there. Okay. We're gonna cream this. So we're just getting that nice and creamed together. Base for so many things, like cookies and such when we bake. Just getting it all there. Just trying to break up some of the bigger chunks of butter. All right, now we're gonna let that not fall and add in a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Because it splashed out a little. Not a huge deal, just very sweet. Then 1 egg. We're gonna crack a little bit separate to make sure not to dig out any shell, because that would not be fun. There you go. Come on, Eggie. Ah. There we are. All right. Get that going. But what fun Halloween plans do you all have? We've got the go-ahead to trick or treat, so that's cool. Maybe you're going to a little party, trunk or treat, some kind of activity like that. So while this is airing on Halloween, this was made a bit in advance, about a week in advance, because we are having a smaller version. Oh, and now we're going to sift in our dry ingredients of our annual Halloween party that we didn't get to have last year. Just a smaller group who are comfortable with it, and we're all vaccinated and such. So that's good. Making just kind of the staple dishes that people like. Last year I made that sausage rotel as a video. We'll be making that to have at the party. Some chips and all. We have these cookies and a few other little things. Just kind of a little lighter fare for it, just because we're having less people and we don't need a ton of leftovers. Of course, we will send some leftovers home with folks. Get all this incorporated, actually. Get that out to help. We're gonna just get all that nicely mixed. Good dough. All right, I'm gonna get our cookie sheets out, so one sec. All right, now we're just spooning. I'm gonna just shape a little onto an ungreased cookie sheet. Then we're gonna bake them 8 to 10 minutes. Just gonna get them lined up here, check back. All right, we've got about 4 dozen. Gonna put them in the oven. We'll check back when we take them out. All right, we're gonna take our cookies out and let them cool completely. Then we will make our frosting and do our blood splatter. Let's check you back later. All right, time to make our buttercream. And if you'll notice, I'm in something different. Maybe you don't, but I am. Because I wound up getting distracted by other things. So buttercreams get made the next day. That's fine. All right, we're only making a small batch. We're not heavily frosting these cookies. And actually it's more so that I've got some leftover buttercream if I need to supplement, but I don't need a full batch because I always wind up with leftovers because we just lightly frost and then speckle them with the blood splatter. We don't need an excess because I don't have a need for buttercream for anything else after this for a while. So just doing 1 stick of butter that's softened or been left out to get to room temperature. We're just gonna kind of cream it first, and then we're gonna add in actually our vanilla. Oh, great, it's over here. Yeah, a teaspoon of vanilla to this, and then we're gonna add our powdered sugar. Can always add a little more vanilla later if we need to. we're also going to be adding milk after we do the powdered sugar. So we're going to try to kind of wait on all that. It all just collects. That butter always does it. Go. Come out, come out. There we go. All right, that is better. But we're gonna do that just to get that off. All right, 1 second. All right, so we're gonna slowly incorporate about 2 cups of powdered sugar. Or not so slowly. All right, we'll check back in a little further in the process. All right, starting to get there. We're going to add in a tablespoon of milk, a little carton, because it's what my hubs got from the store. But I'm using some of it. He's fine. I'll work on getting it to thicken up. And then as we need, we will adjust if we need some more powdered sugar or some more milk. Probably not more vanilla. This took just a little taste. Very sweet. Just gonna work on getting that all incorporated and mixed up. We will check back. All right, we see it's gotten good. What I'm actually gonna do is pause you guys and mix in the rest of the leftover buttercream I mentioned, just so it's all there in case I need to just, I'll probably need to add just a couple of drops more of milk, usually if it's been in the fridge or whatnot, or even if it's been, you take it out and let it sit. It still just dries a little kind of naturally over time, which is of course why we put it on cookies and cakes and everything else. And it gets that nice little hardened stuff. But I'm just gonna incorporate that before I start icing the cookies, so we'll check back when it's time for that. All right, now it's time to start frosting the cookies. I will say that I reserved a few tablespoons, about 3, maybe 4, of the frosting to use for the blood splatter later. So you just want to do that to make sure you've got some in case you wind up going kind of heavy on the frosting. All right, we're just coating it. Don't typically do a ton, just enough to nicely coat the frosting, the cookie. And we set it down, and you can set them as close to each other as you want. Helps with the blood splatter effect later. So I'm just going to keep doing this till I have frosted all the cookies, and we'll check back at that time. All right, so they've all been iced. Now the fun. So I took that bit of leftover I told you about, and I just microwaved it for about 10 seconds. See how nice and drizzly it gets. Now we've got our red food coloring for our blood splatter. Might need to get the other one. Hang on. There we go. Okay. So maybe bring it here. And now we're just gonna get it as red as we want it to be for our blood. I'm gonna go a little deeper. That nice blood red hue. There we go. That's that blood red we want. Or that I want anyway. All right. And so now is the fun. This, you're just going to let your inner Jackson Pollock shine. I'm sorry, I'm going to move you guys back just a smidge so I'm not having to clean a bunch of frosting off my computer. So you're just gonna drizzle it all out. That way, if it's ever getting kind of thick, you just put it back in the microwave for a few seconds and get it as drippy as you want it to be. Just do that. I might actually do it in the microwave for a few seconds. I'll be right back. So there we go, and you just splattering it, and see we're getting those nice little fun drops too, so you can go faster. You're gonna wind up cleaning up all of this stuff. So you just got, there's just been blood. There's been a bloody mess. And some are going to be bigger, and some are going to be skinnier, and some are going to be big drops, and some aren't, and that's okay. You do what feels right to you. And I'm saying blood splatter because I think it's the fun. But I've had a few years where I've definitely just done kind of Halloween-y colors instead, like orange and purple and green. So you don't have to make them blood splatter. I mean, I think that's clearly the most fun. But you can do it however you like. And just kind of get them to go however you want to do. It's just fun. So yeah, and you're just, any of them that seem like they need a little more blood, do it. Get it on there. Blood it up. I feel like it's one where you just can't quite overdo it. I mean, I guess you could, but maybe not. I guess if I wasn't calling them blood splatter, they might actually even work for like Valentine's Day if you did like some pink with it or something. But it's fun. It's fun to just kind of do like that around it too, where you're like, there's just, it's everywhere, and you make a mess. So it's fun for the kids too. Just let some blood drop. All right, and there they are. Happy Halloween. Bon appetit. See y'all later.